Hey guys, Wandering Beast here. Want to talk about the to-go systems. This is their Trifecta. This is version 2. Effectively, this is a Tyvek, so it's waterproof, tarp. They've also surrounded the entire perimeter with a zipper, so it can become a bivy sack and is very lightweight. It also has a thermal reflective property, much like an emergency space blanket, without the fact that that plastic just shreds. I've never really trusted or liked or wanted to carry emergency blankets. They have their place, and I just don't like using them. Alright guys, so I've been carrying this for about 4+ years. It has been an essential item in my, what I call the shore bag. So when I'm on the ship and I go from ship to shore by Zodiac, and I'm using my Sea to Summit bag or whatever shore bag I'm using, this has always come with me. We have bigger medical kits, bigger survival kits that we effectively bring to shore in order to take care of multiple casualties if we need to. If the weather kicks up and we can't get back to ship, we have some shelter units in place. This has always been my personal unit. Personal protection, shelter, hypothermia, just good all-around bag. And I've carried this because oftentimes we do individual hikes where I may guide a hike up to the top of the mountain, and I may be the only one or the closest one to someone who's either hypothermic or just had an injury, potentially to prevent shock. I won't go into the first aid necessarily part of it because I'm hoping you guys have your own training, but the Trifecta has been my go-to for a long time and has really sparked conversations. When I am working with guides from all around the world, there's a natural propensity to share gear, right? We're all a little bit of a gearhead, but we want to make sure that, especially as a leader, that I know all my guys are at least carrying enough equipment to their level of training that they can perform, first aid, triage, keep somebody warm. And this has been a wow factor for a lot of the guides that I've worked with all over the world, New Zealand, you name it. And the reason I've always liked this is, as we talked about here, it's a weatherproof covering. It is reflective like an emergency blanket, and the fact that they added this zipper, they've got heavy duty tie downs, and maybe what I'll do is at some point I will swap and I will take this poncho down and I will put this up as a shelter. But imagine having this giant reflective shelter. If I've got a small fire going here, if you need a second shelter option, again, with this small poncho as my rain cover today, if this starts blowing a gale, if I get some outflowing winds from a thunderstorm coming through here, potentially I'm going to get sideways winds. And so if you need a little bit more shelter, you want just a little bit more, tools in your toolbox to set something up. Now again, I could be using this as a ground cover. I could be laying on this. This effectively is my emergency sleeping bag for my get home bag, my 72-hour kit. I can take off my shoes and slip right into this unit here, and I'll put in some shots of using it. We did use it for hypothermia on a couple mountain, mock training outings that we did. It's come in handy so many times. Now, I will tell you, it's fairly lightweight. It's a little bit bulky compared to the emergency blankets that are out there. The only damage I've sustained on this whole thing is actually on the bag. I'll put up a close-up here, but if you can see, there's just a little tear right here. So I don't know when that happened. That could have easily happened on the ship, traveling. This has just been everywhere with me over the last 4 years. And I'll put in a link. I imagine he's probably on a version 3 or 4 by now, or doing other things, but really cool guy who started this company. I've done one other product review, and that was for effectively a sleeping bag cover when I do winter camping and in Antarctica as well. I like to use an insulated inflatable pad as well as a standard sort of closed cell foam pad, and that bivy cover for that not only protects the inflatable bag or sleeping pad from punctures, but it keeps everything from sliding around. If you've ever done winter camping with multiple pads, you know that you end up flopping on one. If you get cold in the middle of the night, they fall off. So you could use this in conjunction with this. This is big enough. I'll put in some shots here of me crawling into it, but look it up, guys. To-Go Systems has got some really cool things. To have a tarp and a bivy, it's just as versatile as effectively a a poncho. It is my cover, it is my waterproofness, it is part of my sheltering system, and I don't leave home without it. Thanks for all the love and support. You guys are amazing. Please like, share, and subscribe. Follow the adventure on social media, and we'll see you on the road.